Neighbor, this morning you're gonna be blown away. I was also blown away. I'm getting the hang of it though. Now, every 9th to 17th of March every year, we have what we call the Global Money Week, and it's an annual international money awareness celebration, and it aims at engaging children worldwide in learning on how money works, including savings, creating livelihoods, gaining employment, and of course entrepreneurship. This morning we're going to be talking to 11-year-old Benjamin Bagyema, who has crafted a career in talking about financial literacy to his peers. That's coming up on Everyday Life.
Everyday Life
is brought to you by ICEA Group
and Star Times.
Good morning, Benjamin.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
You're a bit low. I can't hear you.
I'm late for school, first of all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I need to really do this as quick as possible.
All right. Yes, sir. Speaking like a real... Good morning. What class are you in?
I'm in primary 6.
And where do you go to school?
Kampala Parents School.
All
and
right.
I'm 11 years old.
You seem to be very young, and you're already talking about money, 11 years. Why is this important to you?
Well, first of all, throughout all these years, my dad has taught me there's lots of things more important than money.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like there's oxygen we breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You can, live without oxygen. Mm-hmm. So if you made a deal with Bill Gates and said, you give me 5 billion shillings. Wait, it isn't shillings. It's $5 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And I take away your oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he'll go for the second choice.
Yeah.
So most of the things like honesty,
mm-hmm.
a good name, good friends,
mm-hmm.
dignity,
mm-hmm.
stuff like that is more important than money.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a little more or less things we can do without money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's also one of the most important things.
Mm-hmm. But you go to school.
Yes.
You're in primary 6. What do you do to save even the money? How do you even earn money?
Well, see, I'm a peer trainer for children. So basically when I go to teach other children about this topic, mm-hmm. I get paid. And
I hear you. Are you expensive?
Not really.
What is not really?
Well, I can't describe
Give me
it.
a range.
A range. I really can't give you a range, but it wouldn't be $1 million shillings.
It's cheaper than that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
200,000, I guess.
So you do peer training?
Yes.
What do you tell people? Don't you get people who tell you, yeah, you're just a kid, what can you say about money?
Well, I get very many people who tell me that. But whatever you will teach a child, whether how old, as long as that child can write and read and have some form of intelligence, the child will get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the way kids think about money? You go, you see the way other kids handle themselves at school when it comes to money. What goes through your mind when you see that?
Well, I'm still a kid, so my life doesn't really rotate around that. Mm-hmm. I still like playing video games and all that stuff, so...
Because I was going to ask you also, do you get time to be a kid? Like, yeah, playing video games, do you shout? Do you play? Does your father beat you once in a while? You say, Benjamin, come back here?
Yes, it all happens. Mm-hmm. This is just basically what I do in my free time, holidays, weekends. But on top of that, I go swimming, I do lots of other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you something. When you talk to some mature people, they don't even have saving in the bank. How much did you save last year?
Well, last year, it really didn't start last year. It was 3 years
But
ago.
you
Yes.
broke the box or something and boom.
Yes.
How much?
The first year came out, I wanted to save 800,000 shillings. And well, it was my first time, so it didn't really go as expected. And I made 300,000.
Okay. Were you saving just coins or?
Well, each coin matters. And so the first
Dude,
saving
you're like
I
a
made,
magician.
and the first savings I made came from 50 shillings, which
That small coin.
yeah, that really little coin, and it grew to 300,000, but I still didn't meet my goal. A goal is supposed to be achievable, and that's why we have 3 columns. A goal is called SMART. Now, if you range it vertically, you'll have the S, the M, ART. Now, the S stands for a goal must be specific. When you have a goal, you must give it color in some way. If it's a car, you must say, I want it to be green and must be this kind of brand of Lamborghini or something.
Well, I drive an Ipsum. I don't have a lot of options, but. Go on.
And so, surprisingly, when I went to my granddad's home, he was interested to know what I was doing, and so I was happy to tell him that I was saving. I presented my records, savings records to him, and so he offered to give me 500,000 as my Christmas gift at the end of the year.
That's how you made the 800.
Yes.
Okay.
Then last year, I had a goal to achieve of 1 million shillings.
That's 2014.
Yes. And so I started off and things didn't go that well. So I and my father sat down and we talked about the whole peer training thing.
Yeah.
And so we agreed on what to do about that, and I not only achieved my goal last year, I exceeded it by 30,000 shillings more.
1,030,000 shillings.
Yes.
Oh, I know lots of people who don't have that money now in the bank. So, but you know, you arrange these goals vertically smart. Okay.
Yes.
They are time bound. They must be specific. They must be measurable. Why do you think it's important for kids like you, your age, to actually have goals? Or should, you know, because what we think mostly about kids is let them just live, go to school, and we parents pay school fees. Is it important to have goals?
It is very important. And when we're to start with goals, we have financial goals. See, parents, not of any offense, but parents of these days are trying to show children a bright world, but really this world is evil and cruel.
Is that what your father shows you?
No, but truly out there,
Right.
this world is evil and cruel, and you can never get past it if you don't know much about money.
Yeah, that's true. That's very wise.
And so the parents who are seeming to protect their children are actually leading them into the cruelty. If you can't teach a child to move from place to place alone like I do at school, I walk and move alone. Nobody takes me to school. And if a parent doesn't teach a child to do so, in future, after the death, unfortunately, of the parents, you really don't know what will be next for the children.
What advice do you give to kids watching the show now, or even parents, on how they can save and using money?
Well, savings is based on the child's interest, what the child, because it's not by force. So the child has to pick it up as a discipline. Because it's money, meaning even a child or even me, I would want to go and, well, use that money to buy a PlayStation. I've really not had one since.
Your father is listening. What's your PlayStation what?
It's the new PlayStation 4.
You want it?
Yes.
How much does it cost?
2.5 million.
Crap! Wow! That's a lot of money. Are you saving for that?
No!
Is your father going to give you?
Savings are not for investing in stuff. Savings are for investing in things that are going to earn you income.
Oh. Okay, now you drive the point home. Okay,
Yes.
the PlayStation is off. Go on.
Oh yes, I am going to get it. Look, when we're talking about investment, when we're talking about savings, it's like sisters and brothers. So we have, when you do savings, let's say your savings keep growing one by one, like the life cycle of a housefly. You'll have the time
I
when
don't
you'll have
remember
to
the
take
life
out.
cycle of a housefly. Do you? I don't.
It's the eggs, the larva. Wait, pupa and adult. Eggs, larva, pupa, and adult. And so it keeps developing until the adult and goes back. So that's how savings goes, because you could not leave the money in the bank because they keep deducting maybe 30 shillings after every month. And so you can't leave it there.
Yeah.
It eventually has to go out. When it does go out, it has to be invested. Investing has to be done in things that are going to earn income.
I like
When you
the
invest-
stressing of the earn.
Yes. When you invest in a PlayStation is not going to earn you income. After maybe 3-4 months, you're going to actually be tired of using it. It's going to become boring and stuff.
Right.
To invest money, you invest in stuff like poultry.
So do you own poultry?
No, not yet, because my investment hasn't completely grown. But what you should know is that even that you have, even in the Bible scriptures, it says you have to start now. And so I've started last week. Wait, 3 weeks ago. And so we went to Mbara and we bought bricks. We're setting up a construction for 2 houses for rent using that money at approximately 400,000 a month. And if they're 2, that's times 2, which is 800. And if you're to put that together and say 12 months after,
That's 9 million? 9.6
yes,
million.
and that's what they call an investment. It's a profit.
Right.
I use 2 million shillings to build the house, and I get 5 million shillings profit, which I am also going to get 3 million shillings to invest in poultry and other interests that are going to earn me income. And the more profit I get, the more I invest it. Eventually, I'll get maybe 2.5 million shillings to buy a PlayStation, but I'll still have
The
about
poultry going.
yes,
And
and
the-
I'll still have some more money in the bank, which I hadn't yet invested, which I'm also going to invest and get more of the profit to invest in another PlayStation, and I'll still remain with some more money in the bank, which I can invest in another part of poultry.
Right. So you have that goal this year.
Yes.
What other goals have you set and achieved?
Well, we also have academic goals because I also go to school.
Yeah.
So I was in primary too, and I wasn't that good at work, and I was in between the 17th and the 5th. And so my dad challenged me and asked if I could set a goal to become fast. At first it seemed like a joke, like a real joke.
Yeah, you can say that again.
But I really got into the comfort of participating in class and doing what the other children who are fast were doing. Surprisingly, that same time I did become fast. Surprisingly.
How did you do it? What did you do?
I can't tell you. I remember what I did.
So you were fast in P3?
No, it was in primary 2. It was amazing. I did all the revision and
Dude,
it all came
Peter, you are dreaming of that. What? Go on.
It was all because of belief. When you get into that comfort and discipline of doing something that you want to achieve, you will achieve it. Though sometimes goals can collapse and change. Goals always change. There's this particular car you like. Next year they're going to bring out another brand that you're going to like.
Yeah.
And another, and another.
And your dreams keep changing from one
Yes,
car to
they keep
another.
changing. And sometimes, even when they don't change, they may collapse due to a few misunderstandings or a few setbacks. So this year, primary 6, I set the same goal to become fast, and I became second. So I got a small setback of 5 marks.
That you're going to be fast.
Yes. But I was second, and I was set back by 5 marks in science. And so even those 5 marks could put down your goal, but it shows that the goal could always keep growing. And when you overgrow the goal, that isn't the right word to use.
No.
You need to set a different part of the goal. When you make your goal and, well, you want to save 3 million shillings this year, like I do, and you make 3 million shillings by June, what do? You set a bigger goal. You set something that you can achieve by hard work. But if it's something like 3 million shillings that you will get
Quite
by
easy
the end,
to do.
yes, quite easy to do. And so you have to first find out.
I saw you with a coin.
Yes.
And I'm aware you do what they call a dream bank campaign. What's that?
Well, the Dreams Bank campaign is, well, all of that is based on the Global Money Week, and the Dreams Bank campaign is a different campaign. There are many other campaigns, but it's one of the campaigns. And so it teaches children the disciplines of saving money. It also teaches children how to set goals and savings record. And so they base on countries worldwide, and they search for children who know about basic financial literacy. And so those who are invited to the competition win a trip to New York to see the United Nations, is it Secretary General? No, not yet. Global Money Week started on Monday. Yes. And that is...
Do you hope to win?
Oh yes, I do. Why wouldn't I? I'm holding the coin.
So when you're going to the UN, can I come?
We haven't yet discussed that yet.
All right. Finally, before I let you go, Benja, you're a peer trainer now. You teach other kids how to, invest. You teach them financial discipline. How many kids have you taught so far?
I went to WBS. This is bad for your commercial.
Very bad.
Very bad.
Dude, you're going to pay me.
I guess so. And so I taught a group of youth, if you would say, about 40 people. But well, it was many of them, so I actually didn't get paid.
Oh,
Yes.
all right.
But that's based on maybe advertisements, so I'm not going to always get paid. No.
Okay, I like your attitude. Wow. But whoever is using this young man without being paid, stop it. Yeah. Okay, your last word. Look into that camera and talk to someone who is watching us, someone who has failed to invest, and they see and they're like, yeah, right, he thinks he's Mr. Know-it-all or something. That's your camera. Go.
And well, today I only have a quotation, is that many things out there in the world have changed. And so if you do not accept change in this world, not really much is going to change for you. And so if there is something out there that has changed, and apparently it has, you also have to find another way to change it. And that's why I've learned to change from being the child who has known the world for being a sweet, nice place, to knowing what I should be doing to prevent that from changing on me when the world becomes cruel.
Dude, you know what? I hope that 30 years from now, I'll be seeing one of the richest men in this country.
30 is too short.
30 is too short?
Too long.
Or too long? So 20?
Too long.
50?
You could have maybe 15, 20.
15, 20. I
Yes.
like that. I'm really blessed this morning. And so many comments on our Twitter handle. Let me tell you what people are saying. That's a guest we should always have. So you totally rocked it. Totally inspired. That's another person saying, I'm deeply impressed. Such people are rare in the society. Keep it up, Benjamin. Thank you. You just made my day, Benjamin. That's what people are saying, Benjamin. So you have totally inspired us. Some people don't do this. Let me just, Huntington Texas is saying, Benjamin, you're such a gem. This kid is something else. Wow, I can bless this kid looking for money at this age. This is killing me, by the way. So I told you that some old people who do not have so this is really awesome.
Yes, but there's really nothing different about me.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a usual kid.
Yeah.
I'm a child. So there's nothing usual, there's nothing spectacular or magical about me. I'm like every other child, except other children should also know about this.
Yeah.
And that's what the parents are not doing.
You know what? I'll bring you back and you challenge our parents this morning. But I need to let you go to school, all right?
Yes.
All right, man. Rocket champion. You've been number one this time, right?
Yes.
Yes. You're going to be number one.
Yes.
Awesome. Benjamin can be found at financeforkids.co.ug. Go there and read about him. Are you on Facebook, man?
No.
Dude, I'm going to set you up, all right?
Facebook too.
You don't like too much?
Too much.
All right. Okay. Go to school. That's all we have for you in everyday life. It's the Global Money Week. Go and read about it. And, kids like Benjamin are doing an amazing job, not just for adults, but for their fellow peers. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll be talking sport.